What is up, Jabronis? JJ back here with Snyder, Mangone, talking a little PGA, Genesis Open, or I guess some people call it the Genesis Invitational. As always, we'll have Snyder run down the course for us, and then we'll talk on some DFS plays, some outright, some long shots, blah, 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 blah. But real quick, guys, obviously Super Bowl, I assume, was good for you guys. I know you were heavy Rams, money line, Mangones especially. And the Phoenix Open, how'd you guys do last week? Well, Mangone, start with you.
Yeah, it was pretty good. No complaints here. Rams worked out really well. DFS, Dunkel, I sat at 3 a.m. after flying to Florida the night before, having a miserable time on my red eye. Didn't get to sleep, so I'm like exhausted trying to build my teams at 3 a.m. And my CSV is not working. So you know what we said? Let's run a train like a man, 50 teams. We got 6 of 6 through the cut. You had the RPS logos in the top 200 at one point. I was hoping to just get 50 all on top so everyone could be tilted to see that I'm a donkey with the minus EV move, but it didn't work out. I mean, I ended up cashing decent ROI, but going to try and not mess that up now. I'm back home, so I'm able to actually probably work the CSV and figure it out properly. And I'm excited for this event. There's a lot of golfers to talk about. Dunkel, I will mention a ton of them, so I can't wait to break down the Genesis with you guys.
Yeah, and if there's one thing I do love, it is the accidental lineup train in long contests. So yeah, I can respect that, and glad it at least worked out for you. Because yeah, when the train doesn't work out, it is oof tilting, especially when you don't mean to do it. Oof tilting.
Yeah, well, it was one of those things, Uncle. I sort of meant to do it, right? It was 3 a.m. I was done. I was like, I'm doing this. Like, we're gonna try it. But I did build out a whole player pool, and I went back and looked. We got SaberSim over here at Run Pure Sports. You can go back and look and see what the actual scores were the lineups that you crunched out. None of those teams beat the other one. So it was overall results-wise, great decision.
Love it. Snyder, how about you? How was your week? Obviously, Phoenix Open, Super Bowl. How was it?
Yeah, you just love to see that there, man. My Phoenix Open was pretty good. I was actually in first place in that $88 GPP for a while until Brooks and Hadwin decided not play golf on Sunday. I think Hadwin shot like 5 over or something like that, so that was pretty hurtful. Fell down to like 30th or something. I think I finished there. I did get second in one of the $75 3 maxes, so that was nice. All in all, pretty good week. Went 2-0-1 in the Super Bowl, so that was good as well. I had Beckham, a lot of Beckham. That was kind of hurtful to see him go down because I nailed pretty much the fades. I faded all the running backs besides Henderson and Chase, so we had a chance, but still pretty good week.
Awesome. Quick shout out to some of the folks in the chat. Nate Safai, or as the cool kids call him, Austin. Otter on the over, best pie eater, Andrew, John. Love you guys. Thanks for checking in. And yeah, I mean, Snyder, I guess we could cut it right to you on talking the course a bit, and maybe how it relates to maybe the approach you're going to take for the tournament in general. But I guess as always, run us through the course. Par 3s, the par 4s, the rough, the grass, the whole bit.
Yeah, we're going to have the top 10 players in the world here for this event. It's going to have kind of like a major type feel to it. Early on, it looks like DFS-wise, the ownership's going to be pretty spread out evenly, which is just great news for us over here at RPS because we have a pretty big edge when that happens. Riviera Country Club is going to be a par 71, measuring 7,322 yards. It's going to be one of the toughest tests as they see this whole season, as it was one of the top 10 toughest courses on tour last year. Mangone's gonna love to see the Kikuya Rough out there this week.
Hold on. Let me grab the lotion. All right, continue. Kikuya Rough. No.
Yeah, Mangone just loves that Kikuya Rough, but we're gonna see a lot of elevation changes here as well as too. Some of these golfers are gonna have some trouble with like their depth perception. They're gonna be coming up short on a couple of these elevated greens, I think. It's kind of got some course comps to like a Quail Hollow and Augusta. The Poa greens here are really tough. They're going to be super fast here. Tiger was talking about today. He's like he's going to increase it every week, every day of this tournament. It's going to be much firmer, much faster every day. He was talking about. And we're going to see a lot of putts missed like inside that 5-10 foot range. I mean, this Poa grass, it gets bumpy as the day goes on, and the increased foot traffic is really going to tilt some guys. We saw Homa miss that short putt to win in regulation last year. I think it was like a 2 or 3 foot putt he missed on 18. due to just the conditions late in this event. Some key stats I'm looking at here: strokes gained approach, greens and regulation, around the green play, off the tee, and putting with an emphasis on POA.
Love it. Love it. So I guess we could slide right into some of the top DFS. And I know you guys were kind of jerking each other off before the show, talking about some plays you guys liked in a good way. I don't want that to come out the wrong way. I see Mangone giving me a look. I'm just kidding. He's not even paying attention. Overall, Snyder, we'll run it right back from you. Maybe some of your favorite DFS looks. Maybe one high price guy, one low price guy. Who you like for DFS this week?
Yeah, I'll give you a couple guys, and then Mangone can rattle off his 15 guys he wants to talk about. Colin Morikawa, I'm going to be right on him this week. I mean, he's my top guy. Best ball striker on tour. Cali kid, he grew up near here, 30, 40 miles away. He grew up, kept referencing how very comfortable he is being back home in California, around friends and family and whatnot. He's played this course many times growing up. Definitely like his play here. He's been just absolutely elite here, ball striking and approach wise, but the putter has just been atrocious for him here. So I'm kind of hoping this year he can get things going with the flat stick here on the greens. And I'm gonna come down to the 7K range and give you Maverick McNeely, another West Coast guy. He took the week off last week. I don't think there's anything to worry about him withdrawing last week. Maybe he's from California. Maybe he wanted to go to the Super Bowl. I know his billionaire dad probably had a box there and everything else. He's made 15 of his last 16 cuts. Did underperform expectations at Pebble Beach, but I think he's going under the radar here. He's just way too underpriced for this event. We were seeing Mav in the upper 8s, 9s at times earlier this year, and 7.2 is a really nice price tag for him, I think.
Love it. Mangone, this is your best. Oh, just to be clear, Snipes, I know you mentioned a few guys at the top. Were you highest or price per dollar highest on Morikawa?
Yeah.
Okay. The Mangone, how about you? Who do you like on the DFS end?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do what I always do, rattle off a ton of guys, but we're gonna rattle five above 9K. This might be a record. To start off, if I was building a player pool and I had to just pick 5 above 9K, they would be Morikawa, they'd be Dustin Johnson, they'd be, as Snyder calls him, Xander, and it'd be Victor Hovland, and then my favorite, which Dunkel, hopefully you haven't written in one of the guys yet. This is my favorite guy above 9K, Cam Smith. I think this is a really good week for Cam Smith. I always talk about that Kikuyu rough, right? It's always good for those Australians. Koala bears love Kikuyu, so he's another Australian. So I love myself some Cam Smith. He's a guy that I am in on. I think this is a week that he can get the job done. Tee to green guys are like what you want here, I feel like, and he is one of those guys. Like, he's just elite. So I love Cam Smith here in this spot at 9.1K. And that 8K range is loaded. Like, there's a bunch of guys that I'm considering trying to figure out which ones I want to take shots on. Like, Snyder, correct me if I'm wrong. Will Zalatoris, he seems like he's coming in chalky this week. Am I right?
Which guy?
Zalatoris.
Yeah, I think he's going to be pretty popular. It's an interesting guy I'm looking at this week. I definitely prefer Cam Smith to Zalatoris, but I'll probably have some Zalatoris as well. Yeah, well, I just wanted to call it out because this range is so loaded, and I don't know, the guy, he hasn't won, right? Sure, Scheffler won last week, and I ended up playing some Scotty Scheffler, but it is a guy I'm trying to think through what to do with in DFS, because I think he's a really interesting talking point because there's so many guys to discuss in that range. Brooks, who you always liked, he's obviously there, and he's an elite talent. I'm not playing him, but Sam Burns is there, who I like. I like Sung Jae. I think he's been really good, and he can play well here. I know you talked about liking Finau. I like Bubba Watson in this spot. We talked about Fitzpatrick being pretty cheap, and even some guys in the high 7K range seem interesting. And last week, my approach was to just load up on that 8 and 9K range. And then I found one 6K guy, which was Poston, and just got it done. I'm trying to just jam in those 8K guys again. That's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. Just trying to get 2 9Ks, maybe 2 or 3 8s, maybe one high 7, and then just grab a basement 6K guy, which I'm excited to find out if you got anyone down there, because it's definitely rougher than last week in that 6K range. Yeah, I like one guy down there in the 6K range, Aaron Rye. He's been playing really well this year. He does wear 2 gloves. He does have iron covers on his irons.
He has iron covers, Dunkel.
Big T says he may
allowed?
wear 2 or 3 condoms as well, but I'm going to go right back to him. He's got pretty good course form coming in here, and I think he's definitely underpriced.
Let me just make a quick note on Nate Safai's comment on Snyder being the best looking. I will say this. I peaked when I was like 11, so I'm in no best looking conversation ever. I did have a prime, and that prime ended in the 4th grade. So those are.
I'm not asking to like be in the conversation, like totally. Like I don't want first place, but like at least a mention, right? Just an honorable mention. Maybe just get me on the podium for 3rd. Like say I'm the 3rd best looking on the show, but don't say there's 3 guys on the show. That would have at least been nice, Nate.
Yeah, I mean nothing wrong with a bronze medal. Mangone. Nothing wrong with
no one ever complains about that. Everyone always gets on Jordan. Oh, he's gotten second so many times. Second place is great. I'll take second.
All right, so Mangone, this time I'll start with you then. Who value wise, however you want to define it, who wins the tournament in your eyes?
Okay, value wise wins. So this is the below 50 to 1. I know Uncle T had a little fit in our chat about me giving Adam Scott last week as the long shot, but this is for the lower than 50 to 1, correct, Uncle?
Yeah, hold on. Brandon, let's settle down. Okay, nobody primes twice. Okay. If I could put you on a timeout, I would. Mangone, continue.
All right. So you know me, I love living in that like 20 to 40 to 1 range. I made one bet this week so far. I made it on Bubba Watson at 41 to 1, but I'll also give Cam Smith 22. Those are my 2 favorites for sure. Like if I was building out a betting card, those are 2 guys I would want. Watson, just like a really high upside guy. Lefties have had some success at this course as well. I did talk up Cam Smith a lot, but those would be the 2. I haven't put the wager in on Cam Smith yet. I probably should have already, but I'm going to put a wager on him too. Those will be 2 guys I definitely have bets on this week as outrights.
Don't you just love that, Snyder? Mangone, give me 1 winner and he gives you 2. It's just like,
I'm just staying on brand. I will say the one thing, Dunkel, I am going to nail this week is I am going to have a long shot that is going to be deep. Like you are going to be excited to hear that sentence.
I can't. I'm sitting here at the edge of my chair, Travis. Absolutely can't wait. Snyder, for your winner, who do you like? I mean, I guess Morikawa.
Yeah, I do like Morikawa, but I'm gonna give out Rory McIlroy here, as I like to call him. He's been pretty solid here. A couple top 5s in his last 4 trips. He's talked about playing more like patient this year, and I think that's going to definitely help him out here. This is a course that's more strategic. You got to think your way around this course. You can't just bomb it and gouge this place. You got to be more precise around this course. I think he made a comment about how he made a mistake in Dubai, pulled out the 3-wood on, I think it was the final hole, ended up hitting it in the water when he could have laid up, played for the playoff, and then ended up finishing 3rd there, finished 6th at the World Tour Championship, won the CJ Cup in his last start here in the States. So I'm going to be on Rory here. I've got him at 20 to 1 over at BetMGM.
Love it. And to feed my current blue balls, Mangone, we could slide it over to the long shot outright. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. You can't really see what's going on under the table here, but I'm pretty excited about what you might say here.
Yeah, and shout out to Uncle T. If you are watching at some point, Uncle T will be on the 9 o'clock show with Tambo and Big T. But he says he goes back and watches, and he went back last week and made fun of me. He also lost a bet, so I got lunch on Uncle T. Wanted to let the chat know that. If anyone wants to join me, I'll find a +1. Just
I also want to intervene here because I want to first of all apologize to our guy Uncle T, because I said to him earlier today he would open the show with a mention, or we'd open the show with a mention of him. That didn't happen. He likely won't even watch the show this deep to hear this. But yes, quick shout out to Uncle T. He will be available for this show moving forward. He's a busy guy. There's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad we were able to get him out there, and good call there, Mangone.
All right, well, hold on to your chairs. This is a 190 to 1 Bobby McIntyre. I mean, he is a really talented golfer. I think he's got the game for this, and he hasn't played as great lately, but he kind of talked about how he's playing a little looser now. He thought he was playing too tight and he was getting too hard on himself. when a guy like that is now playing loose and playing better, he has the upside at that price to win an event. He is one of those guys that I'm buying as being a guy that's going to be on tour for a while and be a contender. So Snyder's shaking his head. So it seems like I'm in the same category as him here, but hopefully I didn't steal Snyder's bet. We'll have to see what his long shot is.
No, I don't know who that guy is, and I wouldn't click his name to tell you.
What? Bobby McIntyre? What?
Get man going riled up, Snyder. I also, first of all, let's just excuse the fact that his name's Robert and Mangone now knows this dude on a first name basis, calling him Bob. Okay, so Bob McIntyre at a $190 to 1, sure. Snyder, I hope you were dead serious and you said you've never heard of him, because I also have never heard of him. So Mangone, keep up the good work. 190 to 1. Look, I hope nothing more than that thing sticks.
I know of him, but no chance I would place real American dollars on him in this event. But Alex Noren's a guy I might splash a little bit on. He's 80 to 1 here. His game's trending upward, 39th, and then a 6th place finish last week. His gained strokes across the board last week, was 12th here last year. I think he's a guy that could spike here and get you at least a nice hedge opportunity come Sunday.
Love it. Love it. What were the odds there, Snyder?
80 to 1 on DK.
Okay. And so I guess with that note, I'll keep it right with you. Maybe we'll go right into I guess T20s. We'll do matchups last. T20s, you want to correlate off some of the guys you've already named, or you got somebody new you like for the T20s?
I've got a guy even down further. I'm going to go with Francisco Molinari here. I think this course sets up pretty well for him. I'm just looking at his stats right now. He's really good in the long iron play, the 175 to 200, which a lot of iron shots are going to be coming in that range. He was 6th at the Amex, made the cut at the Farmers, made the cut at the Phoenix Open. Wasn't that great from a ball striking standpoint, but the putter's been on fire. The around the green games, always solid for him. And he's got some pretty good history here, too. He finished 8th here last year, and we can get Molinari at T20 for plus 490 odds. So I really like the value on that.
And that's probably at FanDuel, right?
Correct.
I can think that says, like, if you're somebody who enjoys betting golf, especially the 4-day sweats and whatnot, I mean, if you're betting T20s, those have to be getting done at FanDuel. They just always have the best odds on those. And now, man, going on your end, T20, who do you like?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the guy we haven't talked too much about so far, but he's been playing some pretty good golf. It's plus 200 on Taylor Gooch. And one thing I talked about with Snyder before the show is we talked about the 3-putt avoidance. And over the last 24 rounds, he's number 1 in the 3-putt avoidance. So I think that these are some tough this is not the easiest place to putt on, and you can be a bad putter here. And I think those guys that, just they miss the hole, but then they get that nice 2-putt in. That's a guy that Taylor Gooch, he's good at doing that. His irons are good as well, which that's always something to look for. And the history for Taylor Gooch here, it's pretty strong. I had the numbers up. Yeah, T12, T10, and T20. I mean, 3 for 3 there. Obviously, it's not going to for sure happen again, but he's also in better form than he's ever been than those other events. So I think it's a good spot for Taylor Gooch at 8K in DFS. And I think for top 20, 2 to 1 is good money.
Love it. Love it. And Best Pirate brings up a good point. I mean, BetMGM pays ties in full. There are books that will not, most actually won't pay these in full. So that's actually good to know.
Some books do each way bets too for like winners, where you can also put a little bit of money on like them if they get like second, third, like you can get money for that too. So the each way is not bad on some books. Like Bet365 is one specifically that I know does that. Not all the books do it though.
Awesome. And then Snyder, we'll move to you for matchups. Again, kind of the same concept. You have a certain matchup you like, or maybe just a guy you're targeting in their similar type of matchups. What do you like in relation to matchups for the Genesis?
Yeah, I like Morikawa. He's minus 110 versus Hovland, but I've kind of already talked about Morikawa a little bit, so I can hit on another one that I like here. We can get Brooks Koepka plus 100 against Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth's not playing that good. I mean, he really struggled last week. And Brooks, he talked about how he feels kind of embarrassed how he slipped the 20th in the official world golf rankings. Showed out last week, almost won, played pretty bad on Sunday, but still finished T3. I think this is a spot where, I mean, we've got $2 million up top to the winner. This has the major feel to it. We always know what Brooks shows out for the majors. And I think this is a spot where I think he's going to wax Spieth pretty easily here.
Awesome. I got that here. I just couldn't confirm. Spieth is EI or IE?
IE.
Interesting. Okay, and Mangone, about you with matchups, is there one you particularly like, or maybe just an individual that you think is worth targeting, no matter what the site, assuming that they're playing relevant matchups?
Yeah, one guy I haven't even mentioned him, and I like him a lot in DFS, and I think he's worth targeting in matchups. It's Joaquin Niemann. So I'm trying to find you can find different ones on him. So far, let's get Snyder's take on it. We got Joaquin Niemann against Sergio Garcia at -126, which I think on FanDuel that's a pretty good one. Like Sergio, he does fit this like course style well, where like the putting doesn't matter, and like the tee to green is pretty good. But I also saw, and I worry about the juice. This is why I wanted to ask you, Snyder, because I think you're going to kind of agree with me. Joaquin Niemann versus Jason Kokrak, -140, and then Kokrak's +115. I think against Sergio is better. Would you agree there, Snyder?
Yeah, I think so. Sergio has been playing pretty well overseas, but I don't think I'm going to be on Sergio this week. Niemann's a guy.
15 cents matters. Like I think that 15 cents, like the difference between Kokrak and Sergio. I think
Niemann's a solid guy. I think he'll finish like top 30 here, like he usually does. He's usually that guy that's going to get you that finish somewhere in that like 25 to 40 range. So I think that's a really good play here. I mean, he has had a couple of events where he's had sixth at the Farmers. I mean, he has some top 10 upside, but he's usually right around that 25 to 40 range, and I think that's should be good enough.
Love it. In relation to, I guess, I know we kind of went through this pretty quick. You guys at the top of your game today. No criticism from my end. I guess some final notes. Snyder, I'll just keep it on your end. We'll go to Mangone last. Final notes for the course. I know you mentioned, obviously, we've done a little bit of everything here, but I guess maybe give your final perspective on it.
Yeah, this is going to be a great event here with the star-studded field. I mean, and with how the ownership's shaken out DFS-wise, I think this is going to give us a huge advantage because how it looks is like there's 13 guys from 9K up to the top, and they're all looking to be in like that 15% ownership range. And a lot of these guys from that other companies and other websites promote just play 10% of this guy, play 10% of this guy. There's a lot of guys that are going to be playing 10 to 15% of all these guys because they're too afraid to cut in these guys. Over here at RPS, I mean, we do really good at making some strong stands and leveraging the guys we like the most. Really helps us to profit the best throughout the year. I mean, we've all been doing it. Hoop, Big T, Mangone, all of us kind of are different than the rest of the industry, and it's shown. That's why we've been having some really good weeks here. But I think this is going to be a strong spot. We're going to have some showdown content up too, possibly even some showdown shows I've heard some rumblings about. So stay tuned for that.
Awesome. Love it all around. And then Mangone, your final notes. This is normally where you mention like a lot of random shit. So however you'd like to answer the question, but your final notes on this course and maybe some things you're looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, so I'll start off with Snyder mentioned that we have guys at RPS that take stands. Find me a guy who played 50 teams on one contest and only played 6 golfers. He's right here, You make fun of me for mentioning 1,000 guys, Dunkel, but I ran a train like a man, and it worked out well. Don't know if I'll be doing that this week. I think I'll be spreading out a little bit, but I'm definitely going to make cuts. I mentioned 5 guys above 9K that I like, and I think that's where I'm going to keep the pool out. I'm obviously going to listen to Big T. I'm going to listen to Uncle T and Tambo break it down here in about 30 minutes. That'll be a good time. It's on the premium side, so be sure to get on that if you guys have not signed up yet. And Snyder, let me just ask you one guy in the cheap range that I know you love to mention. Any Wyndham Clark for you this week at that 6.5K price tag? That's one guy I've been considering and don't know what to do with yet.
Yeah, I definitely think he's viable here. We've been on him here and there as of late. I mean, he's shown some pretty good ups. I got 13th at the Amex. I mean, he's kind of one of those boom bust guys that when he gets the putter going, he gets the putter going. Like at the Farmers, he gained over 6 strokes putting. RSM, he gained over 8 strokes putting. Did pretty well at the Amex as well. You he finished 8th place here last year. I mean, that's great. I mean, he was around the green good. I mean, you have to be really good around the green with this type of grass in such here with the tougher to hit greens, I want to say. So yeah, he was good with the irons here last year, gained over 4 strokes putting on these tough greens. So if he can do that again, there's no doubt he can definitely pay off that price tag.
Cool. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it all shakes out building lineups. And it should be a fun week. And you mentioned the showdown content. I can confirm conversation with JC. It sounds like that could be happening. So where there's smoke, there's fire. So I think we should expect it.
Love it all around. Thanks for popping in the chat. Had a really good showing today with you guys popping in to watch, and obviously always love the commentary. And then of course Snyder Mangone for popping in as well, and then we'll have Uncle T back next week, so it should be a full house as long as Mangone wakes up in time for the show. But other than that, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. Gamble responsibly. I'll be back with a college basketball video right after this on this same channel, so stay tuned for that on the Run Pure Sports, and that content just churns on that channel all day long. Of course, be sure to continue to watch Spread and Tyler's NBA content, along with the DFS member that joins them daily. And look, Hager's live shows too. So there's still a lot going on over on the Run Pure end on all sides. So stay tuned for all of it. But yes, as always, gamble responsibly, stay safe, and as always, folks, run pure. We'll catch you guys next week.